Rice, rice, baby. Bing, 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 bing. Rice, rice, baby. Bing, 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 bing. Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another dirt cheap rice recipe meal idea video. Say that 10 times fast. Anyways, I have some really great recipes to share with you as always. If you're new to my channel, my name is Miranda and I eat a high starch plant-based diet, and I'm hoping to share meal ideas that work for me and my husband with you all in case you're looking for a really cheap meal idea to get you through the week, or just some meal inspiration in case you're getting bored and you just need some new ideas. I have 3 awesome recipes to share with you today. You can also click around here on my channel if you're looking for any cheap meal inspiration, because I have a ton of it. First, I need you to subscribe and then we can get started with today's video. Rice, rice, baby. Bing, 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 bing. Rice, rice, baby. Bing, 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 bing. You are so welcome for that song being stuck in your head the rest of today. So I share a lot of different rice recipe methods here. I'm just doing the traditional stovetop 1-to-1. I will link a Pinterest recipe that I use all the time. It is so hard to screw up as long as you are paying attention to it. I do lid it to boil it faster. You don't have to. It's probably recommended not to, but all you do is bring it to a boil and then you turn it down to low, cook it for 10 minutes. And it's perfect every single time. It's delicious. First meal, we are going to do a play on fried rice. So I have some extra firm Trader Joe's tofu. This cost me $1.79. Mixed veggies, $1. The rice is like 20 cents per cup dry. Super inexpensive meal. Add some seasonings to this and it's gonna be delicious. Like I already said, this first meal is a play on fried rice and I'm using tofu instead. I don't personally cook with oil, so if you cook with oil, you could absolutely do that. I just water saute everything using salt, crushed red pepper, garlic powder, and turmeric for my seasonings, just to give it some love. And honestly, you don't even have to use seasonings. If you're on like a really, really strict budget, like we were a couple years ago, I wouldn't even waste money on seasonings. Now, I add them in. It's like something you buy every 6 months, every year. But use what you have and use what you like. These meals are simply just for ideas. I don't tell you portions. I don't tell you how much to eat. I just really love to cook and be in my kitchen and be creative. And I love sharing meal ideas with you all as well. Make sure you follow me over on Instagram at Flourishing Miranda, because that's where I share all my real life content. And then also make sure you're subscribed so you never miss a video by me. I'm sharing a video every single week, have been for 2 years. And I always try to share new awesome recipes. Isn't this looking so delicious? So this is just the veggies and the tofu, and then we're gonna add in some rice. My favorite way to do this is with cold rice, but on this day I made a bunch of rice ahead of time and mixed it in, and it was still delicious. I would eat this hot or cold. You could add some soy sauce. If you're gluten-free like myself, you could add some cocoa aminos. It's so good, and it makes a huge pot of food. I added about 3 cups of rice, 1 pack of tofu, and then a pack of the mixed veggies. And altogether, this whole dish costs less than $4, which is crazy cheap. That's super cheap. This next meal is going to be a really easy burrito bowl. Black beans, corn, drain, rinse. We're gonna add some lime to the rice I'm making. I'm sharing with you a few meals today, so I'm making 1 pot of rice, but I'll make more later. You could add cilantro, any kind of seasonings you want. I'll show you what I'm adding. And then some tomatoes, which I started out with 4 containers of these when I went to make this video, and now I'm down to 1 because I've been snacking on them like every single day since I bought them. Happens. These are my favorite things in the entire world. But simple, easy, something you can take with you. It's gonna be awesome. And I'm gonna share with you how I'm gonna travel with it. I thought it would be super fun to share with you. I decided to put these in little mason jars. I've been really loving this. I did a few weeks ago a no spend challenge, and I did a chia seed pudding and really love putting these in my lunchbox, so decided to do it again just because it's like an easy thing to travel with. You can just like take it. I can even put this in my cup holder in my car, and it's just, I don't know, it's stored really nice in the refrigerator. Everything stayed really fresh. And then you just dump it into a bowl. You can heat it if you want to in the jar. Just take the lid off. And you can use bigger jars if you want to take more food with you. This is just the size that I had on hand that was like all about the same. And I thought this lime was going to be bad. Thank goodness I was able to use it before it went bad. And these tomatoes were so good. Oh, so good. I added some quick salt, garlic, and parsley and lime. I think I like parsley in my rice instead of cilantro. You have to let me know what you guys prefer. I do both, but I think because of the color, parsley has obviously a less harsher flavor, but this was really, really good. This ended up being about a half a cup of rice per container, and then I just split up the corn and the beans. So really, it was a small-ish meal for myself, but I feel like I'm eating all the time, like every hour, every 2 hours. So when I share a meal, like I said, I don't share portions like you should eat this much and don't eat anything. No, listen to your body. If your body's asking for more, eat more. If your body is full, then, you know, don't eat. But I never want you guys to think like, okay, this is the portion I have to have. No, 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 no. And this is really cheap too. The corn was 50 cents. The beans were 50 cents. I got the tomatoes on sale for $1 and then about 40 cents worth of rice. Crazy cheap meal. I think both of these meals also fall into that like high protein vegan category too. Okay, so this next meal is a mushroom gravy, but you could definitely call it a soup. Oh my gosh, this was so good. I just made this recipe last week in a potato video. If you haven't seen that one, go check it out. I'll link it down below in the comments. I'll pin it right to the top. This is so good. I shared like a Hungarian mushroom soup about a year ago, I think. If I can find that video, I will link it as well. But this is like a mushroom gravy. You could definitely use it as a soup. I don't really know what the difference between a soup and a gravy is, but I made this last week and put it over mashed potatoes and then decided I absolutely had to have it in my life and put it over rice. So I'm sharing it again in case you didn't see that video. It just gives you one more idea on what to use with it. This recipe is also super budget friendly. I just wanted to add too, if you're someone who doesn't want to purchase coconut milk, it's about $1.79 per can. Just use veggie broth. It's not going to be as creamy, but I do add a little bit of a flour slurry, so you're still going to get a creaminess to it. Or you could add an unsweetened like coconut milk, like a silk coconut milk, or an unsweetened almond milk, and that would also bring the price down a lot. Mushrooms were on sale. I think I got this big pack of mushrooms for like $3. I always check my grocery store for clearance mushrooms. If you get there at the right time, every single morning, they have clearance mushrooms for really, really cheap because I feel like mushrooms turn over pretty fast. But if you get the clearance mushrooms ever at the store, take them out, wipe them off, and then put them in a paper bag and they'll last a long time. So just a tip from my mother-in-law who goes on mushroom hunts like in her woods forest behind her house. But definitely try this soup out. I will type the recipe for this and leave it in the description box. Tag me over on Instagram when you make it because you have to make it. It's very fall forward, and I know in some places it's getting a little bit chilly. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next Thursday in a new video. Bye-bye.